Ok, ok, attends, vous connectez sur courant. Ok. Okay, we're good. So, okay. What's that? Okay. Hi, Emma.
Hi.
So you want to be promoted as a panelist, right?
Yeah, I mean, I should be a panelist in case I need to share the screen.
Let me see. I think there's a way here where I can allow you to share. Let me see here. Okay, all panelists. I will put it like all panelists can share. Okay, now you will be able to share.
Okay. And I'll just, I guess, test that to make sure my laptop will let me share a screen, because sometimes Macs are finicky. Yeah. So it will work. And is this is the video, Daphne?
Yes.
Okay. So then I will stop sharing in case people start coming.
Yeah, we have to. Exactly. We have people coming in right now. Hi, Daisy. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Can you hear me?
Do you think you have it with the video?
I don't know, I'll try, but I don't want my connection to...
Okay. Yeah, if you can try, and if it's not working, we can have it with only the audio. All right, we have a few guests already. So welcome everyone. Welcome to the Help Meet and Greet. Bring a friend to meet help students. My name is Daphne Charles, and I'm going to be the host for today's event. We're given 1 minute so that people can join in, and we will get started. All right. Again, welcome everyone for joining us today for this meet and greet with help students. As I said before, my name is Daphne Charles, and I'm currently the development officer for help. I am joining you during this event from Haiti, from the help office in Haiti. It is a great pleasure for me to have all of you to join us to meet a couple of our students. How we're going to do today's event, first I'm going to make a little presentation for you about help. I know some of you were recommended by friends of help to come and know about help and about help students. So I'm going to give you a little bit of details about the program, what we do. And also a lot of people, even though they know about HELP already, some of them are wondering how HELP has been doing, mostly during COVID-19 period. So I'm going to give you some updates. And you also are going to have the opportunity to hear from two of our students. I have with me Isaac Pierre and also Bessie Judilus, two current HELP students who will be sharing their journey as they were joining the program and also how they are doing with the program. But without further ado, I would also like to welcome one of our staff member who is based in the New York office. He's actually the development director for HELP. He has joined the program a couple months ago, and he's also my supervisor. So I'm going to give it up to Sam just for a few introduction words.
Thanks. Thanks so much, Daphne, and welcome to everybody. It's such a pleasure to have you all here. We're absolutely delighted that you all have joined us. This is a great time for us to be able to showcase the work of Daphne and Isaac and Bessie, who you'll meet. This is a special occasion for us. It's the second in a series of 3 webinars that we're doing for our supporters and friends. It is tied into our annual appeal. We do have matching gifts up to $50,000 today. So please feel free to join us in whatever way you can. Introduce your friends to us after this call, and please come back for more. So without further ado, I'll turn it back to Daphne. We'll have lots of time for questions. Please be aware that we do have somewhat of a shaky internet connection, so please be patient with us if we have to rejoin every now and again. And we may go to audio in some cases if video is a little bit weak. So thanks again. Daphne, back to you.
Thank you very much, Sam. So we're going to have a very interactive session today. So as we're speaking, please feel free to go to the Q&A box. You can see it at the bottom of your screen, close to participants. You will see the Q&A box. If you have any questions coming along as we're speaking, or you had that question that you wanted to ask a HELP staff or a HELP student, please feel free to put your question in the Q&A box, and I will make sure that I share it later. So as I said, I will do a little presentation for you about HELP. I'm going to share my screen now. So let me know in the box when you see my screen, okay? Just let me know, just say yes in the box if you can see my screen now. Yes, okay, awesome. Thank you, Tequila. So HELP is basically an organization funded for about 25 years. We were funded in 1996, a long time ago. And even though when you see HELP, you can think, okay, that's an organization that is helping people. But yes, HELP does help people, but the name stands for Haitian Education and Leadership Program. That means it's not only about supporting people, but it's supporting people with a goal, with a clear mission, which is to create a new generation of leaders, professionals who will contribute to a more just society in Haiti. This is HELP mission, and this is what HELP has been doing for a very long time. So some of you may ask, why do we need a program like that in Haiti? Why do we need a program like that in Haiti? Well, you probably heard about Haiti in the news very often, and it's usually about some things bad happening. Sometimes it's an earthquake, sometimes it's a storm. I'm having a little bit of technical difficulty with my screen. I'm going to fix that right away. Give me 1 second. Okay. Yes, and it's always about, something happening and it's really bad, all the bad news actually, and that is something that actually made me really sad, because Haiti is such a very beautiful country, and then if you live in Haiti, you have so much that you can tell positively about the country. But it is true, Haiti has been experiencing a real leadership problems, and one of the basis of that, one of the source of these economic difficulties and leadership difficulties for Haiti is education. And that's what Bill Gates said very well, where he says education is the one thing that will undermine economic success. So if you've been hearing about all the difficulties that are usually linked with all the political turmoil, all the chaos in Haiti, it's because of the lacking of education that really undermine economic success in Haiti. And Théodule Jean-Baptiste, who is one of our graduates, he agrees with that when he said, we don't think there's a better way than education to remove poverty. And you will see some of the numbers and you will understand how difficult and how dire this program is in Haiti, even though there's already estimation on how help graduate can contribute to Haiti, and you can see the numbers now to $300,000 help graduate can contribute to Haiti's GDP. But you will understand that with some of the numbers, if we don't try with what help is doing to reverse the numbers, we will not get to that. But let's see some of the numbers so that you can understand more the problem. The graphs that you are seeing here, it's a comparison between Haiti and help. And then the first one is employment rate. When you see Haiti about 50% and probably less than that, when we know the recent increase in employment rate due to the pandemic, but about 50% of Haitians are currently working, while 90% of help graduates are currently working. If you talk about average annual income in Haiti, average annual income for a typical Haitian, it's around $750. But for a help graduate, it's about 10,000 US dollars. And you can see the difference when you change, when you just move a little bit to a social class, to a higher social class, you can see very quickly the difference even in the annual income. And this number, the third one, that is very interesting and very important, because Haiti is known to have one of the biggest rate of brain drain around the world. 84% out of every 100 students from Haiti coming from university, 84 are living outside of the country. I've seen some of our Haitian American in the among the participants here, and you know that, guys. You know that you go in the US, in Canada, in France, and mostly in the medical field, and all these people that you're meeting every day, they are Haitian, or one of these people who has a Haitian friend, and that is the situation that have been developed in the country for a very long time. But the help program is reversing that by keeping, without no obligation actually, about keeping the students in the country. And I'm going to explain you a little bit about the program so that you can see what really contribute to that, to this retention rate of help graduate in the country. So this it's a slide that kind of explain to you the whole scholarship program, the help scholarship, because when you think about scholarship, you think, okay, they are paying for the tuition and they are paying for dorms, but help is very different from a typical scholarship. I've been a scholar myself in the US, and I know what that means, but help is really different from the typical scholarship program, because it covers a range of services to ensure that student can succeed, and also to just have what any student should have to study easily in a country. This include, of course, the tuition at internationally accredited university in Haiti, and also dorms for the students. Help has to provide dorms itself to the students because university in Haiti do not have dorms. You have almost we have one exception where you have a few rooms for students, but in general, universities in Haiti do not come with dorms. Help has to provide that because we recruit nationwide, and then most of our students, when they will come, they will not have a place to stay, or they will have a lot of difficulties. Even for students in Port-au-Prince is difficult. Actually, Bessie, from whom you are going to hear in a few minutes, she was supposed to come to the office for this meeting because we think that we have a better internet connection, but she just called 1 hour before to tell her that she cannot make it because there's a shooting around her area. And well, we understand because she cannot risk her life to come to the office. And even if she has school today, she probably will not be able to go to school because you cannot risk your life, in a shooting situation to go to university. And that's the situation for many of our students. Even though they are in Port-au-Prince, sometimes it's very difficult to move from one place to another because of other problems such as the safety, the security problem. So I talk a little about classes at universities, I talk about dorms, but we also offer a stipend for students so that they can cover their living expenses. We make sure that they have textbooks and supplies for their classes. We also have an academic counseling and advising service available for students. But something that is very important is our leadership curriculum, because HELP stands for Haitian Education and Leadership Program. And this aspect in our program is so important for us that some people say it's more of a leadership program with a scholarship with it, because it's really the focus so that we can achieve our mission to create leaders. And a study of this program shown that this is something very unique, and that is making a great changes among students. So that when they come to HELP, even though they were smart, because they are selected because they were smart in high school, but they were not necessarily engaged in their community. But when they leave the program, one of the studies that we conducted showed that they are really different and they are more engaged, some to like around 80% compared to the rate when they enter the program, this is a very important program that is really important for HELP. And we also have English and IT curriculum. I am myself more of a French and Creole speaking person, but I learned English through HELP. And also I learned English because of a study abroad program in which I participate. That is also part of the services offered to HELP, so that we can not only go and see the world and learn in another environment, but also to learn English and to be able to speak English. We also have career services. This program basically helps students so that they can prepare them professionally with trainings, but also real experience, not only at the office where we use a lot of interns, but also with some of our partners. And we also have the thesis support service. Some of you might wondering why we have the thesis support. It is because in Haiti, to be graduated, to earn your diploma, you actually need to present a thesis. Some people compare it to a master level thesis, but that in Haiti, even for the bachelor degree, it's required from you anyway, so that you can earn your diploma. And that is why the rate, the graduation rate in Haiti is very low, because a lot of people, they will complete all of the classes, but they will never finish the thesis. But HELP ensure that we earn that diploma, and they put the support available for us, which is not available in the university. so that student can, complete this requirement and graduate on time. And we also have an IT lab and also a library where students can go, use computers and also use books. So this was, most for people who will be wondering, okay, what is HELP doing? It's a scholarship program. Now you see it's much bigger than that, and it's a very comprehensive program with a great package offered to ensure the success of each single student. But how we are doing? For some of you who probably know about HELP, how are we doing now? How we have been coping with COVID-19 and lockdown in Haiti? So currently, we started this academic year with 188 students, and 80% of our students were able to complete classes online during the lockdown and also during COVID, because some of the universities now they offer a combination where students can attend class in person or online. I mentioned that we have our own curriculum that are developed at the HELP Center within the HELP program. These are currently provided online. So if you're talking about giving classes online, you need a device, a smart device, and you also need electricity. And these are two main challenges in Haiti, which is why HELP was obliged to buy laptops for students. We bought 20 laptops for students who did not have any means to follow classes online. And we also bought more than 100 backup batteries, so that we can ensure that students they have power so that they can continue to follow their classes. And we were able to retain 90% of our staff, even though the challenges. And we also have 3 students who have joined recently, our graduates, and we have more than 250 graduates, 257 to be exact. So we have 27 students who are scheduled for graduation in 2020. We have 9 service projects. Service projects are concrete project, practical project that allow our students to put into practice what they are learning at university. And for this project, we partner with local organization where students can go and volunteer to do this project. It can be like a tutoring program. It can be like a writing, lecture, mentorship program. We work, for example, with organizations like Sakala in Cité Soleil, which is one of the biggest slums in Haiti, and they are doing their mentoring program, helping students who are going to official exams to prepare and to succeed these exams. We work also with YMCA, for example, and they have a lot of youth. We work with these people, and these students are doing them on a volunteer basis, gaining experience, but already studying, giving back to community. We also have, as I said, 250 alumni. We have 32 businesses, active businesses studied with, by alumni. Unfortunately, this year, because mainly we cannot accommodate students while respecting social distancing due to COVID-19, we were not able for one of the first time in our history to take a freshman class. So we did not take a freshman class for 2021, but recruitment is ongoing as we're speaking to receive a new class for 21-22. And we're also very proud of the engagement of our graduate even after they leave HELP through a program called COREM. If you have said that COREM, when you say that in Creole, but it's basically an alumni contribution model where students are contributing back to the program. And we are close to celebrate the big milestone of $100,000 collected from this program alone. And these are contributions for the alumni, from the alumni. This is such a very interesting program that I decided to add another slide to give a little bit of more details, because it's really recycling resources. Like myself, like Isaac, we received, from people we didn't even know, and And for the Korean program, studied in 2000. Okay, we're back. I felt that we were cut off for a couple of seconds, but we're back now. Can you guys see the screen still? Let me know in the screen, in the chat. Let me know if you can see my screen now. Okay, awesome. Okay, I'm sorry about that. We told you that we had the shaky connection here, unfortunately, but we're back. Okay, I was talking about Korean, which is the alumni contribution model. We were close to celebrate the milestone of 100,000 US dollars from this program. And this is basically an engagement from alumni to contribute to the program. And this goes with 10% of their income over 8 years. And we think in January, we will hit 100K from this program alone from alumni. So as I told you, I'm a very proud alumnus from HELP. So I will give you now a little bit about my background and my experience with the program. I joined HELP in 2007. I studied agroeconomics. When I was joining HELP, I wasn't sure because I was like, I don't have anyone to back up me. I don't have anyone to recommend me. There's no way such a program like that exists with no recommendation, from people that knows people. So that was my idea about HELP. But I submitted my application anyway and was selected. So I studied agroeconomics. I also had the opportunity to go to Dartmouth College in 2010. And I graduated in 2012. And since I've been very engaged in my community with a lot of activities, but I can mention two of them. The first one is Activate, which is a platform that provides professional experience to students through volunteering first, but also internship. And we also do a lot of trainings, networking, and service project as well. This is kind of a little bit similar to what we've seen at HELP, but we benefited so much from what we gained from HELP that we thought, oh, this cannot stay only within the HELP community, HELP students that are selected for the scholarship. This needs to go broader. So our program is available for any student from any university, but we learn a lot from professional development at HELP, career program, career orientation at HELP, and we try also to duplicate that, to allow to share all this knowledge that we are gaining from HELP. I'm also a team member of the Haiti Tech Summit. I don't know if you guys heard about the Haiti Tech Summit, which is a 13 years initiative to transform Haiti into a tech hub. And this is the biggest tech summit in the Caribbean, started in 2017. And we've been doing this summits until now, and we received guests such as Ben Horowitz from the Ben Horowitz Anderson firm. We also received Jack Dorsey, the founder of Twitter, who came to Haiti to speak about technology in Haiti. And we also received the president of Haiti 2 times at this summit, and many other representatives from big tech giant like Google, Facebook, Airbnb, LinkedIn, etc. And I think all of these came because of what I learned at HELP, and what also HELP taught me just to be a leader and then try to do whatever you can to share not only what you receive, but also to see how you can leverage your community, how you can share and improve your community the way you can. So this was a little bit about my background and also about HELP. So I'm going to stop sharing now, and I'm going to see in the chat your reaction. So feel free to share how you feel right now after this presentation about the program. And also don't forget, if you have any questions, to separate them from the chat, but instead move them to this little Q&A box. That way it's easier for me to go through them. So now I'm going to pass it on to Isaac and Bessie. Bessie, you here? Oh, Bessie was disconnected, it seems, but she will be joining us in a minute, I guess. Let me start with Isaac. So Isaac, you are currently a help student. Can you please introduce yourself for our webinar participant?
Hi everyone, my name is Isaac Pierre. I'm a student in accounting at Notre University. I am 22 and then I'm in my U4 at HELP. I'm really glad to be here with you.
Okay, somebody asked, where are you from? Did you mention that?
I'm from Martison, here at Port-au-Prince.
Thank you for your question. I'm also from Port-au-Prince. I was raised and lived all my life in Woodfrere, Pétionville, if you are familiar with Port-au-Prince. Okay. So other question for you, how did you discover about HELP? How did you learn about the HELP program?
The first time I've learned about the HELP program, it was from a recruitment team who came in my high school at Collège Vignel in Martissant, and I was in third grade. I remember they presented all the program, and I was really interested about, because I know that I was smart, that I was eligible to apply. And I remember that I said to them, "See you in 3 years," because I really wanted to be part of this program, and I think that my dream had realized.
Okay, how was the process? Like you learn about HELP, we apply. How was the process for you to really be selected to become a HELP scholar?
The process was really tough. I mean, because it was a little difficult for me to come here at the office to bring my application form, because I didn't want to leave this for my parents. But I've done it, and the orientation period was really tough, because it was for the first time in my life that I was working from 6 to 8, and it was like, you don't know when you will stop working, having lots of activities. It was really great and helped me know myself better. And now I'm a help student in U4, so I think that I'm going up, and that I'm going to succeed here in my life after this step.
Can you remind us what you are studying?
I'm studying accounting at Notre University.
Why did you choose this field of study?
The first reason it is because I think that accounting will help me helping my family, because my childhood wasn't really easy for me, and my father is just a teacher in primary school, and my mother is a reseller. They do not have enough funds to support all the fees. And I have a little sister, and I have a little brother. So I chose accounting because I wanted to help my family. And secondly, I really love math, and this field of study really fit me.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's good. Well, that's good that you love math. I never loved math at school. I just, pass math to have good grades, but I never really loved it. That's good. That's really good, Isaac. But you told us that your journey growing up was difficult. Can you give us some examples so that we can understand what was life for you growing up?
During my childhood, I had the opportunity to grow up with my parents, but as I said, it was really difficult. We didn't have a stable financial situation. I remember in 2007, I was in 4th grade. I missed final exam for the last semester because of school fees. But Grace to Focal in 2008, Focal, it's a non-for-profit organization that provides scholarship to small students in primary school and high school. Due to Focal, I found a scholarship, and from 2008 to 2017, all my school fees were paid by Focal. I think this is the opportunity that permit me to buckle my studies. But without that opportunity, I think that it would be different from how it is today. But it wasn't easy for me, but I think that I had this opportunity that really helped me to be the one that I am today.
Yeah, I remember that's a situation in Haiti because most of schools in Haiti are private school,
Yeah.
and you have to pay to attend classes. Myself too, I remember when I was growing up, I was sent back home. I think maybe all of the helps that they experience this at least once in their life, where you go to school and you cannot attend school for the day because you haven't paid
Yeah.
the tuition yet, because mostly in schools they are like monthly payment that you have to make at the end of each month. Your parents need to pay for you, or sometimes they have like a semester payment type, or every quarter you have to pay something. And I also remember many times, and you were like so ashamed because like the students, they were staying at school, but you had to go. And then I remember, I don't know if you experienced that, like every because in Haiti you go to school in your wearing your uniforms, and then if it's 9, 10 and you're working like from the school to go home, everybody knows already. Like she didn't pay, and then that was, I think there was a shame
Yeah.
coming with it. And others, then they would just stay at school, but you were sent back home, and you had no choice. So, but how has that been for you since you joined Help? So, for 4 years already at the program, how can you describe a little bit your experience at Help?
I think that help provides you. I mean, help put put you in the true life. I mean, you are living the true life at help. Like help help teach you how you are going to live and what you need to be independent. I remember when I was in terminal grade, there's a lot of things that I didn't know about myself. But due to help, I know how to live. I know how to manage my budget. Now I have lots of leadership experiences. I've even created a non-for-profit organization, a young for-profit organization that which is called Beach Group, a volunteer group for youth empowerment. We organize training on how to write a resume, on professional orientation, and how to have job interviews at Las Calbas, Pétionville, Carrefour, and some other countrysides. I am experiencing life, even though I do not have much now, but I am experiencing life. Help teach you to you use what you have, your resources, in order to help others. You don't have to have a lot to help, but with what you have, you can help people. Now I think that I'm that I think that I'm a confirmed leader now. I think that I'm living in my life, and I really love helping others in everything.
That's really good. You're a confirmed leader. Did you guys hear that? It feels that he is a confirmed leader. And that is something that is powerful actually. And when we hear your story and how you grow up, and then now really feeling that you're making an impact already, that's really good. And as I said, they created this group already, duplicating some of the things that they learned from help with other students. And also something that Isaac did not mention is also a musician.
Yeah.
And he even studied classes, music classes. Tell us a little bit about that.
um, I started with drums when I was in high school, but after getting had help, I wanted to play guitar. But due to help support, I found I I went to a music school and I learned guitar. After this, I created a music club here at Help in order to help others and being better in music. Everything I learned, the only thing I do with it is to is to teach someone else. It's to give it. It's to transmit it to someone else. So I created HMC, Help Music Class. It's a club where we provide some tapes and some 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 other notions in music, especially in guitar, keyboards, voice techniques, and drums.
I can't wait to attend one of your music class, but I'm always so busy at
Yeah,
home. But I want to do that, and I also need to cut my nails to learn guitar. That's
Yes.
another issue as well. But I will try to do that for at least a semester. We have Bessie back with us. Bessie, how are you doing?
Hi everyone, I'm good. Finally, I can be there. Um,
Okay.
I will start with a little presentation because I missed that part. My name is Bessie. I am currently studying education at Kiska University. This is my third year at HELP. Nice to be here, everyone.
Okay, Basi, can you tell us a little bit also about your story growing up?
I grew up with my mom and dad and my two younger sisters. My life has been quiet, but the main challenge for me while growing up was really about my scholar fees because my parent couldn't afford school for me, and I remember sometimes I've been kicked out of the classroom, and just as Mrs. Daphne said it, like you need to go home and everyone has to see you, and that was kind of a hard time. But after that, I just got a scholarship. This is what helped me be where I am right now. So due to that scholarship, I just finished with my classical and got to help, which is another big opportunity in my life. So I guess that was, in summary, what my childhood looked like.
Thank you, Bessie. Well, we want to, our participant to understand that Bessie has some internet difficulty, which is why she's joining with the audio only. But at least you will have a chance to listen to her story. Bessie, we were talking about, how people, how Isaac joined help and how he has been experiencing the program so far. Let me put the same question that way for you. So what is your top favorite things at help? Your top favorite thing at help so far? What is that for you?
For me, it's going to be challenge and experience. Cause before help, I mean, someone who knows me before help, just by looking at me right now, this person will see a lot of difference in the way I am. Cause before help, I didn't know that I have so much thing to give. But when I get here with all of the experience that you have, all of these challenges, like being in leadership class, participating in the service learning project. This just draw out um, a lot of potential that I didn't know that I have. So the experience that I have right now is what teach me that I have so much to give and that I can be useful to my community, like participating at service learning project in like learn helping people. I remember I've help people who have difficulties in writing and reading. So this is like this kind of activity. I think the best thing at help for me, this is experience, leadership, and yeah.
Okay, awesome. That is really good. So please, guys, if you have any questions for Isaac and Bessie, please put them in the Q&A box, and we'll be happy to share them. Tequila wants to know, Bessie, where are you from?
I am from Carrefour. This is actually in Port-au-Prince.
Yeah, and there's it seems that there's a security problem in Carrefour as we're speaking, Bessie.
Sure. This is something that I am experiencing right now because due to COVID-19, I can't be on the dorms unfortunately. So basically, I need to go through this insecurity problem. Sometimes this is traffic jam. Some other time this is police fighting with gangster. And yes, so why now there has been some problem, and that's why I can't be here with you at the office.
Okay, I understand, Bessie. But thank you so much for joining us virtually, even though you cannot be at the office right now. Please, guys, send me any questions that you would like to ask Isaac or Bessie, and we will be happy to answer any other questions that you also may have about the help program, or about an aspect of the program, about alumni from help. Please feel free to ask your question. This is supposed to be a meet and greet, and we will be very happy to answer your questions. Okay. So other question that I have for Bessie and Isaac, and let me turn a little bit to Isaac for this question, because most of the time people, we talk glamorously about HELP, which is this, very interesting, good program. And HELP is a good program, changing lives really. But if you had to change one thing about HELP to make the program better, what would that be?
Um, Currently, Help doesn't have enough in, infrastructure to host all the scholars because of COVID-19 policies. I think the only one thing that I will improve now, that I will make better now, is to provide help much more dorms in order to host the students, because it's really tough out there in the streets, because some of us has to find a family member or friend to be in order to be hosted in their house, and sometimes transportation is really difficult, and traffic jam. Sometimes you can spend even even 2 hours in a traffic jam. I think that you have an exam and you are in a traffic jam for 2 hours, so it is really difficult because of um, this pandemic. Help cannot for now host all the students. So the only thing that I would change now is to provide help much more dorms in order to all the help to permit the students to go to school better, because when they are in dorms, the school are more accessible than staying at home.
That is very, very thoughtful thing to change and help, because if we had enough dorms and could host our students, despite coronavirus,
Yeah.
Bessie would be with us
Yes.
for this for this call. That is really thoughtful. Bessie, what about you?
I will definitely go with the same thing that Isaac said, because sometimes they say you don't know how much you got until you go without it. So right now, as someone who is not in the dorms, I can say that this is really tough, and I know people who are struggling out there. And yes, if I have something to change, why now? It will be providing more dorms for help in order to host all of this students, because this is something that all us together. This is something that keep us motivated, and that just put us nearer to the university, which is way easier for us to learn and to be much more comfortable.
Okay, I understand. This is very like needed now. I can understand. But Bessie, let me ask you this question. How is life in university in Haiti as a health student? How is that experience for you? Being not only in university, what is life in university in Haiti in general, but also being a health student? What is that for you?
This is definitely something that is way more easier for me, because in Haiti, education in general, this is something that you can't just afford it like easily. And being at help has helped me so much with first getting to the university, because without help I will probably not be at the university. And second, with all of the services that help just give me. For example, I have dorms so I can be near to the dorms. I have advisor that can provide me affective support. I would have thesis support. This is a lot of things that students in Haiti at university don't have. So this is like a tough life, but we would say that with the support that we have at help, all of the services, we can say that we are enjoying the life at university, because we just don't have university and courses and French and whatever subject it is, but we also have a community when we can learn from each other, when we can learn about leadership, when we can draw out the potential that we have inside. And it's definitely way better than what other students are experiencing. And we are so thankful for that.
Thank you, Bessie. We have a couple of questions in the chat that I would ask for now. Jacqueline, thank you for your question. Jacqueline asked, what is the average number of applications that we receive annually, and what is the program acceptance rate? We receive about 400, 450 applications every year, and we used to accept about 25 okay, which is about like 6%. But in 2019, we developed a 5 years plan where we say we are going to accept 50 students every year for the next 5 years. This is part of a 5-year strategy plan with a fundraising campaign going along with it to double that, to move from about 6% of acceptance rate to about 12%. But we receive a lot of students, and usually we pick students just based on the funding that we have available for them. And sometimes we are very sad to let some of these very good students go, but we just cannot afford to give the scholarship to everyone who merit the scholarship. I have another question from Tequila Mensky, and I think this question is for you guys. How is Haiti dealing with issues of social distancing and being safe regarding COVID-19 and help students? How are you guys dealing with COVID-19 and staying safe, respecting social distancing?
For now, we all have to be careful with this, because we have heard how COVID really have negative impacts on, I mean, on on the world. It could be economic or social impacts. And for now, we all have to wear a mask to go to school. Even if we're on the yard at the dorms, we have to wear a mask, and we have to respect social distance. It's a little difficult sometimes, because you know that you have to breathe a good air, but you have to respect it, because we really want to avoid people to be infected with this virus. It's not easy, but we are dealing with it, and we are trying we're trying to have better structure in order to prevent some bad situations to come. We don't know when this will be solved, but we are careful as soon as we can.
Okay. Bessie, you have to commute. You have to leave your house, take taxi every day to go to school, to come to help. How is that for you?
This is like the most difficult thing, because I wasn't really used to do that, because my school was closer to my house. And I can say this is really difficult, because at Carrefour there's traffic jam like every day. You don't know, sometimes you will spend 2 hours in traffic, and no longer than yesterday I needed to go from the university to my house by feet, because I couldn't find a bus. And this is actually what happen almost every day. Almost one day in the week I will have to go by feet to find my home. So this is really tough, and but we're trying to deal with that, because I think this is situation that will help me become stronger.
Wow. You said that you have to commute by feet at least once a week. How many hours does that take you to walk this distance?
Generally, I don't really walk, because this street are too dangerous. You don't stay there. Generally, it's like
Mhm.
I almost one, but so I can say it takes me like 2 hours to do that.
Wow. 2 hours walking. Oh, I can understand. This can be tough. This can be tough, and also like sometimes a shooting situation, and even you cannot even be in a car even you want to, because you will be more careful walking, walking to go to your house. But I congratulate you for your consistency and perseverance, Bessie. We have another question from we have another question for you, Bessie. Was it anonymous attendee who asked, what is your favorite service project experience, Bessie?
My favorite one it was definitely the one that I did with adult, because I am in education and I needed to help them with reading and writing issues. It was really amazing to see all people are enthusiastic about education. So this is something that I didn't really know, and that was a new experience for me. I thought they would just be like, "Oh, we are adult and we don't want education," but they were so committed, and this is something that just pushed me to be more engaged in my community. So there's people out there who want education but we can't find education, and this is something that I think that I would like also for help, being able to give more opportunities to people, because this is not just about me and Isaac, but I know a lot of people who really want to have opportunities and who want education, but education they can't find education because of the infrastructure. So definitely this is like my best project service ever, because it just helped me reflect more about opportunities that we can create for people.
That's a very good experience, Bessie. Thank you for sharing that. We're getting close to the end. We are 7 minutes away. And if you guys have any last question that you would like to ask, please put them in the Q&A box. But I have this question and I would like both Bessie and Isaac to answer. What are your plans after graduation? What do you intend to do with your diploma? Let Bessie go first while her connection is okay. Go ahead, Bessie.
Thank you. So I would say almost the same thing that I said before. I choose education because I think that education can transform people. Because it's not just about teaching math and teaching French and whatever subject it is, but it's about helping people draw out the potential that they have, help them to know that they can give much more than what they think they can give. And definitely after having my diploma, I think that I will really get into a process to influence people around me, because by myself I'll never get over this, but influence people to understand that we need to bring this kind of subject in our education system. So helping people for to stay there, not training people to leave Haiti, but train them to stay there and to transform their community. So this is basically one of the best things that I think I can bring with what help has given to me.
Awesome. Thank you, Bessie, for your commitment to that. What about you, Isaac? What are your plans after graduation?
Thank you. After graduation, I think that um, leading beach group, my non-for-profit group, a young group, will be my top priority, because it is through that organization that I'm going to help others. And having job experiences too, because they will help me being much more skilled in order to lead a group. Because being a leader, it's not something it's not like a piece of cake. But with experience and with a good team, I think that I can do a lot. We are now planning on creating a program, a scholarship program for about 10 students in primary and high school. Um, we are planning to do it in the next 5 years after graduation. So I think that I have a lot to do, and I'm going to work in it to succeed in it to help much more people.
Okay, okay. Well, I think this been great to hear about help and to hear about this. These two samples. They are only two out of 138 students that we currently have for this academic year. And you hear your story and their stories, and you hear how help is changing their lives, and you also hear their aspiration for a better Haiti. We are coming to an end of our webinar. We thank you so much for joining us. But just before we leave, we would like you to rate your experience at the webinar. So I'm going to do a poll where I ask you to rate your experience. And you can pick from 1 to 5, 1 being very bad and 5 being great. Please take a minute to answer this poll for us. So it's in your screen right now, so You can go and let us know how you feel about this experience, because this will help us to improve and see what we can change for next time. But again, thank you so much for taking your time to join us. I'm seeing some of our graduates that I know are attending from Atlanta. Gladia, Delva, thank you. Thank you for joining. Rick, I know you said that Rick is our board member. He said that it was a little bit late for the party, but at least you joined the end, Rick, and we greatly appreciate that you make this effort to join all of our webinars. Thank you so much. And all of the questions from Tequila Mensky. Thank you very much, Danette, Doris. Thank you so much for joining us. Please continue to be engaged with HELP. You can visit us on our website, which is www.u, like in university, uhelp.net, www.uhelp.net. That's where you can go to learn about our program. You can also sign up for our newsletter. And also, if you were connected to help to someone from the staff or a friend, and you would like to connect directly with us, please reach out, and we'll be happy to give you more details. And thank you also for taking the poll. I'm going to close it now. If anyone else would like to do the polling, please do it now. I'm going to close it in 5 seconds. And done. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. We have another webinar coming up, and this is scheduled for next week. It's going to be on Tuesday, December 22nd, and this is going to be a special webinar where we are going to introduce what we call the BFA scholars. BFA is short for Bernard Fils-Aimé, who used to be our board president, the president of the board of HELP, who unfortunately passed away because of COVID-19 recently. But we were able to run a campaign and raise funds and to really continue his engagement and legacy to scholars at HELP. And with these funds, we are going to sponsor 3 students to HELP. And we are going to introduce these students to the public next Tuesday, 22nd, from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. So if you would like to join for this special webinar next week, feel free to do so. If you also like this one, invite your friends to join and to also meet other HELP students. But thank you so much, guys. We appreciate it. We also know that some of you are great supporters of HELP, and we really appreciate the continuous support. Okay, bye-bye. We will keep in touch. Bye-bye, everyone.